China didn't just launch another digital currency, it detonated a $1.2 trillion zero-cents financial revolution that could shatter the backbone of global trade. For decades, SWIFT was the world's lifeline, moving trillions in cross-border payments with America at the helm. But now, China's digital yuan is rewriting the rules in silence, settling trades in seconds across 200 countries without a single SWIFT message in sight. Imagine a financial pipeline where Washington's sanctions are powerless, and Beijing sets the terms of survival. That's the reality no one wants to talk about. This isn't just an upgrade. It's a financial weapon cloaked as innovation, a programmable system designed to sidestep the dollar's global grip. As the West debates tariffs and trade wars, China is building the rails for a new world order. One transaction at a time, the only question left: will the world follow or fight back? For nearly 50 years, SWIFT has been the invisible circulatory system of global trade. Founded in 1973, the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, or SWIFT, linked more than 11,000 financial institutions across 200 countries, handling over 40 million messages every single day. The dollar-centric architecture behind SWIFT meant that nearly every international transaction relied, at some point, on dollar clearing. That gave the United States a nearly unchallengeable seat at the head of the global financial table. Every oil shipment, every trade invoice, every cross-border investment, somewhere, somehow, a SWIFT message linked back to the dollar. Even allies depended on it, shaping a world where America's reach extended deep into the monetary bloodstream. But cracks have been forming. As Washington weaponized sanctions more aggressively, countries began to quietly look for ways out. China saw its chance to rewrite the rules, not by replacing SWIFT's messages, but by bypassing them entirely. Its $1.2 trillion zero-cents digital yuan system doesn't just send instructions, it sends actual money, instantly, programmable, and outside American oversight. That difference is seismic, because if SWIFT was the world's financial traffic cop, then Chinese digital yuan is its own autonomous highway, one where the rules, the tolls, and the ultimate power lie in Beijing's hands. China's digital yuan is not just a currency. It is a full-spectrum financial architecture designed to break free of America's grip. Officially known as the ECNY, this system has been quietly piloted since 2019, but by 2025 it has morphed into a $1.2 trillion zero-cents powerhouse, settling transactions in real time across more than 200 countries. Unlike SWIFT, which only sends messages, the ECNY executes payments directly, removing the delays, fees, and oversight that have long defined cross-border trade. China's People's Bank has built the Cross-Border Interbank Payment System, CIPS, to run in parallel, linking over 1,400 financial institutions and more than 110 countries. That means an energy shipment from Saudi Arabia to China can clear instantly in yuan without a single American intermediary. That's a game changer. But there's more. Beijing has signed over 40 bilateral currency swap agreements valued at roughly $580 billion, zero cents, giving partner nations a ready-made pipeline to move away from dollar settlement. And it's not stopping. From Kenya paying for oil with yuan, to Argentina repaying IMF loans in ECNY, China is building a plug-and-play financial ecosystem on a global scale. What makes this so powerful is the programmability. Unlike dollars, which flow through neutral correspondent banks, China's digital yuan can be coded, tracked, and even revoked if Beijing chooses. It's a financial lifeline, but with strings attached. And in a world exhausted by dollar sanctions and liquidity crunches, those strings look more like an escape rope than a leash. China isn't just creating a faster payment system. It's rewriting the future of trade, one smart contract at a time. And as more nations sign on, America's financial firewall looks shakier by the day. The world is watching China's move with a mix of awe and alarm. For some countries, the digital yuan is a lifeline, a way to escape the unpredictable shocks of U.S. monetary policy and crippling sanctions. Argentina, Kenya, even Indonesia have already tapped into this new network, welcoming lower fees, faster settlements, and fewer political strings. But for Washington and its allies, this is a direct challenge to decades of financial dominance. European banks are worried. Japan, is wary. Even traditional U.S. partners in the Gulf are testing ECNY settlements for oil shipments, reducing their exposure to the dollar. The speed and scope of China's system is forcing global institutions to reconsider where they place their trust. Yet there's a hidden price. By plugging into Beijing's rails, nations also invite Beijing's oversight. The same technology that guarantees instant payments could also monitor or freeze transactions at will. That tension is what makes the digital yuan so powerful and so dangerous. In the end, China's financial revolution is more than a technology shift. It's a geopolitical earthquake, shaking the very foundations of how the world trades, pays, and keeps score. Behind China's bold push lies a chilling question: who holds the kill switch? With the digital yuan, Beijing gains an unprecedented level of control. Unlike SWIFT, which only transmits instructions, China's system can track every transaction, freeze accounts instantly, and enforce political decisions through programmable code. That means any nation relying on these rails could find its economic lifeline cut off with a single command. Critics warn this is not decentralization. It's recentering global finance under Beijing's grip. Smaller economies desperate for trade stability might accept the risk, but they are also surrendering a slice of their sovereignty. Once their supply chains, oil purchases, and even sovereign debt repayments flow through China's programmable money, they become subject to its political leverage. And that's the dark side of China's new network. Freedom from the dollar might only trade one master for another. As the digital yuan's influence grows, so will Beijing's ability to rewrite the rules of global finance, on its own terms and with its own interests in mind. For a world already anxious about surveillance, handing Beijing the keys to the financial system may be the riskiest bet of all. The rise of China's digital yuan is more than a financial story. It's a global power shift unfolding in real time. While the West debates sanctions and tariffs, Beijing is quietly building an unstoppable financial network, one that could rewrite the rules for a generation. Will the world embrace China's vision of programmable trade? Or will it resist becoming tethered to a system that watches every move? The stakes couldn't be higher, because the next crisis may test who truly controls the world's money flows. If you found this story eye-opening, like, share, and subscribe to Dark Eco News. We're here to expose the truths no one else dares to report. Stay tuned and stay aware.